Hello everybody and welcome to Back Bedroom Art, and it's more of the Ecto-1. Oh, loving this model, really loving this model. So I've got my specs on, ready for this close-up work. Let's get into it. Let's add to the already awesome Ecto-1. So I had a slight accident while I was putting a screw in. I don't know if you can tell that wire has been mangled to bits, exposing the actual wire inside. It's hard to get a focus on it, so what I'm going to have to do is strip it and reattach it. You can see it coming off there, can't you? Always be careful when you put screws in, you don't go into wires. For the sake of 5 seconds of checking would have saved me quite a bit of work. Oh well, tis what it is. Let's get into it. It wouldn't be Back Bedroom Art without a few mistakes. Not my prettiest work, but there you go. Reattached, sealed so it won't short out on the metal frame. Right, let's carry on with the model. Ooh, shiny. Look at that. Ecto-1. You know where that's going. So that's going to be a bit of the fender. Oh, it's going to look really nice. That silver, that chrome all the way across there. Right, let's get these bits attached on. So there's one on. Look at that. Shiny, shiny. And door still open and close. Always worth checking. Ooh, so we're fitting the license plate to the bumper now. And then putting the rear bumper on the back of the car. So it's going to cover up a lot of the wiring, so I better make sure I don't screw through a wire again. Yeah, be careful when you put something together like this. It's very easy to have the wire like that and then screw through it. So make sure you tuck them all the way nice and neat. Right, anyway, enough of that. Let's get attaching that to that and then onto the back. There you go. So there's the rear bumper attached. Yes, I know I've got it upside down on the table, but yeah, I've got other stuff I need to do, so I don't want to take off. But there's the door opening up as well. It all is coming together nicely. Lovely. I did show the chrome, didn't I, on the fenders. Look at that. Both sides. Just underneath there. Look how shiny it is. It's really coming along. I daren't pick this thing up now. It's it weighs a ton. So now here's where it gets a little bit tricky for me to make this model. So all this wiring, I don't mind doing the wiring. That's all cool. I'm happy with that. Problem I have, and the wipers as well, cool. Problem I have is where we attach these. So they're going to go on the roof. And if I just do this, this is how I've been building it. I've got it upside down. So the lights are going to be here somewhere. And I can't then have the model upside down anymore. Otherwise I will crush them. But when we carry on with the model, when I get to the page, we'll start seeing what issues I'm going to have. So it's showing me having the model upside down to attach all the stuff. Oh, and I can't do this first because that will cover the screws to attach the lights. I think it's now going to get a little bit tricky to carry on building this model and not break bits. Right, knowing me being a complete div, oh my days. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Let's get cracking. So a lovely shade of blue. They remind me of cufflinks as well. If that's the thing anybody remembers. Yeah, cufflinks. I remember having a pair of cufflinks many years ago. I think I wore them once. Yeah, I do remind me of those. Oh, lovely little buttons. Right, so quite a simple process this, because what I've got to do is basically put the LEDs up in there, attach that on the top, screw it together, Bob's your uncle. So let's get that done. Right, it says here, marked with an E. There is no E, but I do have an M, which I'm wondering if that's supposed to be the E. If you look at the others, exact same wires, exact same lights. I can't see it being anything other than this one. There is no other wire that it could be. Same bulb, same everything. Yeah, I'm going to go with these. There we have some lights. Right. Windscreen wipers next. Using the world's smallest screws. Oh my word. I do enjoy these screws. So there's the windscreen wipers on. Wow. For many, many reasons they were a pain to do. Not just the screw, but just the fact they're so small and fiddly. Oh. But they're on. They look good. Yeah. I like the way they even got like the little black bit, you know, to represent the rubber. Yeah, I'm glad that bit is behind me. Right, let's attach the lights to the top. Yeah, so a bit more detail. So we've got some of the lights on the top. It does make it difficult now, so I can't turn it upside down. I've got to be careful turning it on its side because of the door handles. This is going to be more and more difficult to put together this Ecto-1, but it's looking swish, isn't it? And the next bit, it would be easy if I could turn it upside down. Oh well, it is what it is, and we do have to do it in the order. Look at that wiring. It'll all get hidden away. You know there's a lot of stuff that goes on top of the Ecto-1. So it looks a mess now, but it will soon be sorted. So the next bit is actually doing a bit of the inside the car. It's been a while since I've done anything inside the car. So as you can see, it's the steering wheel. So there she blows. That's what it's going to get attached to. So I'm going to have to go looking for the bits from the other issues, like the steering wheel. Oh well, I'll soon find it all. So there it is. There's the steering wheel attached with its indicators as well. Right, just see if I can hold this up. I'm never going to do this on my one-handed. There we go. I prop the front of the car up. So as I turn the steering wheel, the wheels turn. So it's not just all for show, it all works. Cool. I like driving in my car. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, so, yeah, there you go. Anyway, so there it is, there's the steering wheel attached. And so here's where it starts getting a bit tricky now because of the bits on top. Because I'm now going to be doing the inside, and it's stuff that goes on the roof. So like the sun visors, so you know the fix that go up and down to shield your eyes. So here's all the bits. So what's left to do is start putting it all together. Oh, somebody did ask me why the towel. The reason for the towel is if I had just had a flat surface, like a wooden surface, which the table is, and then I was to put this upside down and scrape it, it would damage the paintwork. So I just have the towel so it doesn't damage any of the paintwork. That's all it's there for. All right, let's start putting this together. Excuse the washing machine in the background. I just had to show you this. Sometimes I just want to scream when I'm doing this because I don't have enough pairs of hands. So you can see how these pegs are resting on top of there. I then have to get this little bit to sit over the top. See the hand shaking already. And while it's sitting on top, screw it in. Sometimes it's just so fiddly, but every time I go to screw it in, one of the pins pops off. I've been going at this for about 5 minutes now. Right, let's try it again. Let's see if we can finally get these pins in. Done it. So I managed to get that piece on. So there are, see the sun visors. It's a bit loose. I'd have thought they'd be tighter than that. Maybe if I tighten that screw up. No, it's still quite floppy. Oh well. Maybe there's something else that gets attached that will alter that. But there you go. There they are on. Yeah, I don't really want them down all the time. I want to be able to keep them up. Right, we'll have a look at that later. Let's move on. The next thing looks really cool. The Midland 77-859 CB radio. Yeah. I just know this is a radio, but look at that bad boy. I'm looking forward to putting this together. And it obviously is going to get attached to the roof. So down comes the mic. We got a hot one. Off they go to bust some ghosts. God, I love Ghostbusters so much. So where is it? Yeah, so there's a lot of coiling wires around and making the CB radio. It's going to look really cool when it's done. And then once that's attached, it's attaching it to the roof of the car. Obviously, I can't put it flat like that because if I did, I'm going to break these. So I'll have to put it on its side. But yeah, let's get on to it. This is where little fingers would come in handy. So these tiny little buttons, I'm just pushing into the holes. You can see I've already done 2. Oh, look how tiny they look in my massive fingers. So now all the buttons in place, it's time to do this coil. So I'm just going to wrap it around my screwdriver to make it, I suppose, spiral. So there it is, all coiled up. So I suppose that would look like a telephone wire. If you remember the old plug-in-the-wall telephones that we all used to have, tethered to the wall when we was talking to somebody. Yeah, so let's attach that to the walkie-talkie. So we end up with that. Boing. So how cool is that? Little CB radio with all the buttons and the wire. I really like that. It's turned out really well. Now I've just got to attach it to the roof. So I've already put the what's it called? I suppose the holder on. So it's just attaching it in place, like so. Then 2 screws will go in either side, and that's it on. It's pretty wicked. So there you have it in place. Doesn't it make a difference? Rather than all that bare white. Yeah, very nice. You got the sun visors. So if you've ever noticed that, the rear view mirrors. There's so much detail in these. It's amazing, isn't it? Right, I'm guessing a bit more of the roof to do next. So I was right, it was more of this roof, and it's the ceiling lights as well. So we should get another large section done. Oh, and a bit more wiring. Oh, I do love wiring. So that's what you're not going to see. That's the wiring that I've done. Gordon Bennett. So much wiring. Now this piece is going to be attached in there, and that bit will be hidden from view. So let's attach it and see how it looks. So there's the interior lights. Obviously when you open the doors, they'll come on. So we've got a nice little groove there. I'm guessing that's where these wires are going to get hidden eventually. So there'll be something obviously to tuck those away later. But for now, they're just going to hang loose. Looking nice. Looking nice. I like seeing the vehicle start to come together. What's next then? Could it possibly be? You'd expect it to be. Let's have a look. And yes, I was right. It's going to be the last little bit. We also do a partition wall as well with some speakers. So listen to Ray Parker Jr., I imagine, as they're driving along. So there you go. There's that bit attached as well. It's looking very swish. I like the fact that even something that you will never see, because when you look at this, you're not going to be looking at this bit, are you? There's as much love and attention to detail put into it. Amazing model. Absolutely amazing. So a very little simple bit, just attaching 2 speakers with 2 screws. Nothing tricky there. I think the tricky bit will be the next bit. And the last bit that I'm going to do, which is finishing the partition wall. Lots of bits, lots of screws. So rather than natter about it, let's do, oh my God, so many screws. Here we go, let's get it done. So I've ended up with this so far. My God, that was 8 screws, and you can't see the other 8 screws that are inside. So it's 16 screws. My finger is killing me. Now, it looks like we've got a little window. We're going to attach it to the bit that we have already put the speakers on. So, yeah, that means more screws. So there we have it. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Now this is going to get attached in there somewhere. So let's move on to the next bit. So there it is in place. Look, you can see through the little window and see what's going on the other side, and obviously vice versa. So very nice. Now I'm going to leave it there because I've done enough, I think, for one video. I think I better have a tidy up in my little area. I mean, I do so many projects here and it all starts spreading. This thing takes up most of the table, though. It is massive, absolutely ginormous, but it is starting to look pretty special. And don't forget the interior as well. Just move that out of the way. There is a lot going on here. I mean, there's stuff that you haven't seen as well. So like the seats going up and down. What's under there? Oh, that's a a light that's been made already for later on. There's so many bits to this, it's unreal. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the Ecto-1 taking shape. If you have, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to Back Bedroom Art, and hopefully I will see you very soon with another video. If you watched my live stream on Life of Paul, you'd have noticed I was talking to my daughter Sarah on the chat, on the comments, basically saying, is that parcel ready to be picked up? It's more bits for this Ecto-1. I can't wait to see how this is going to turn out. It's looking good. I'm guessing we're going to have some pipe work coming up here, for all that to run into. It's very cleverly designed how it gets rid of all the wiring. But yeah, it's looking good, and it'll look even better when I get the next few bits on it. So look after yourselves, know what you love, and I will see you real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.